yeah, he breaks the peace. Black ice veins feel the pressure increase. Purple lighting when the fists collide. Black fire smoke when the wake lights shine. Steelchair flying. Hear the impact sound. No ego in him, just confidence shown. Speaks with conviction, yeah, he stands on his own. Step to him once and he holds his ground. And we protect people, hear the truth resound. More than just 3 days, the jet hears the battle cry. Crash through the lights, we electrify. Live tonight. Cross blades, metal veins collide. Step in the ring, this is do or die. We all stand tall. Hear us all. Hear the crowd go loud. Steelchair welcomes. We own it now. Just 3 guys amplified. We're just 3 guys. The jet is a battle cry. Crash through the lights. We electrify. Live tonight. Cross blades, metal veins collide. Step in the ring. This is do or die. We're just 3 guys. The jet is a battle cry. Crash through the lights. We electrify. Live tonight. Cross blades, metal veins collide. Step in the ring. This is do or
Ooh. That is a good intro.
It is, yeah.
What do you all think? What do you think? You like it?
It's pretty, yeah, it's cool. A lot of
I can't-
thought going into it and a lot of preparation. So
Well, you can
Very
thank
good.
your verse for me. You can thank my verse to me, but the rest of the song 100% goes to Dan for doing this. The official media composer of the channel. There's something for you. There's something for you that's never been done before on the show. An official media composer. So yeah, there's one for you, Dan. So give a round for everybody. Before we go live tonight, all right. Before we go live tonight, we really have to address something. And believe me when I say this, and Catherine's in the chat, Catherine will know this. Abul knows this. We have something that we need to address that's actually really important. And it's not good news, I'm afraid. It's genuinely not good news. Thank you to everybody for all the kind words about the intro. We really do appreciate it. You'll have noticed if you really paid attention before we went live, I said watch and pay close attention. Also listen carefully.
yeah,
You may have noticed that one of the traditional thumbnails for the Just Free Guys has completely changed. And I'm going to show you which one again right now. Whilst I'm bringing up Josiah, Dan, say hello to our people.
hello
Evening,
everybody.
folks.
This one. Okay. Let's make it very, very straight to the point. As you can see, there's one thing missing. it doesn't take a genius to figure out that we have removed one person from this major design. The reason being is because last week, now we've all tried to sort this, all right, before anyone tries to come at us in any shape or form. First of all, there is one thing we absolutely do not tolerate on this channel, and that's threats of violence or abuse. Okay? Like, things can get way out of control, things get way out of hand, and we have to say it as it is. Things can go too far that's completely unnecessary. And we did try to deal with this last week. And we did to the best ability that we can, but we've had to now make a major decision. So as of now, and everyone in the Discord has had to agree to this. This is the end of it. As of now, Temple and Tammy are no longer part of the weekly Steelchair. They are no longer part of the Just For You Guys podcast. We have split from them. And before anyone comes in here and says we're going to make fun of them, we're going to troll them, we're going to go into their space and we're going to attack them, no, we will not. And I have people that still watch their content. If I hear anything, and I'm saying this now, if I hear anyone from our space, that includes Dan, considering the fact I've just made him the official media composer of the channel, that includes Josiah, although I've got no worries about Josiah, he's a genuine sweetheart. If I hear a single person has went into their space from our community and has made any comments, has tried to troll them on our behalf or the weekly Steelchair, I will ban you from the channel. I will ban you. I don't care how long you've been watching. We've split because things got out of control. Things got really serious on last week. We haven't addressed these fully yet, but we have to. We are in a position we have to make a decision. So I'm going to give Josiah and Dan a moment as well to speak on this. But we've all got the same thing, Katherine as well. We will not tolerate that bullshit on this channel. Now, if you don't want to be here anymore because you don't like the content, that's fine. Everyone's got a right to an opinion. Everyone's got a right to disagree on here. But when you disagree, can you at least be genuine about it? So, for example, me and Josiah disagree on certain points. We don't abuse each other. We don't call each other names. We joke about each other, but that's what we do. Me and Dan do the exact same thing. I joke about Fernando, joke with Maria, joke with Xavier, everybody in the chat, right? But the most important thing is we have fun and we enjoy ourselves. If you are in this to bully, insult, attack people, this is not the place for you. And I am absolutely not tolerating it, okay? Now, it's the same, and before anyone thinks I'm taking sides here, if anybody genuinely thinks I'm taking sides here, you can ask Josiah, because I've been fucked over at the weekend because of this. If you genuinely think I'm being serious and I'm picking sides, I am not. I am not picking sides. I am dealing with this the only way I know how. I've had to remove people from this space that it sucks because they were actually part of this community. We've had to do what we felt was necessary. So that's my views on it. Guys in the chat, whatever you want to say, feel free. But this isn't an NDA situation. It's simply, if we get into it, it could get seriously messy. And I don't think that's the right decision. We're trying to protect our community and other communities here. We're trying to do the right thing. Yeah, so Josiah, you first, me, because you literally... it's not that I'm Switzerland, is if you saw what happened to me on Friday night, you would understand.
Yeah.
I had a full-on triggered panic attack on Friday. I was physically paralyzed. So things got out of control. What's up, Mo? Good to see you, buddy. We'll bring up your comments in a minute, guys, but for the minute, we have to do this clean. We have to do this the right way. and we have to address this properly. So, Josiah, of course, you are my Just For You Guys co-host, my permanent co-host, and that's how it's going to be. So, we'll let you speak now. I'm gonna take a view because this is a lot for me as well. So, I'm gonna take a breather.
Okay. So, firstly, to go off of what Reece has just said when he means as in like permanent co-host, we will get into how that's going to work slightly after this portion of the explanation of what's going on. But just to summarize the whole thing briefly, this isn't something that we ever thought that we would have to do or something that we wanted to do. But like Reece said, in order to protect us and also you guys as a community, it's a decision that we've had to take, and it's something that I've said. I don't know if some of you may have seen it in the Discord, some of you may not have, but I've kind of coined this as something to draw a line under, but also learn from, so that these sort of things don't happen again.
Obviously, we do encourage people to join our Discord as well. It's on our homepage. If you in the chat, if you do want to join our Discord, come on in. Come on in. Don't let what happened from last week tarnish the reputation of the channel.
Yeah.
Especially the communities that we're involved in. That's something that's important. But sorry, carry on. I just wanted to bring that up. Carry on.
But yeah, just pretty much to summarize, this isn't a decision that we've taken lightly at all. This is something that myself, Reece, Dan, and obviously Katherine as well, which we've mentioned in chat, we've all discussed this at length. And it's been ongoing pretty much the last, say the last 4 days now. We've been discussing it at length for the whole time, and this is pretty much just what it's come to. We want to like obviously thank them for their contributions, because like Reece said, there's no ill feelings, there's no bad blood or anything like that. We just need to do the right thing for us. So of course, thank them, wish them the best. If you want to still support them and view their content, that's fine. There's no repercussions from us for that. But like Reece said, just be respectful and let's not make this any more than it needs to be.
Can I bring up one thing? 1 second. Sorry, Chester. What? Chester, I'm sorry. Can you? I got something I need to get off my chest. Mention my name in this freaking stupid. Need to keep my name out of it. I don't know what's being said. I've hidden the individuals. I've hidden the individuals from my channel, so I can't see their comments. Chester, whatever is being said to you, can you please share that with me separately? Because if you've been,
it might have been the
if it's who I think it is, then yeah.
Comments that were made that you told me about yesterday. It might be that.
First of all, like I know Dan's going to speak on it in a minute, and trust me, if anyone, I owe a massive thank you to everybody over the weekend that is actually on the show and some of the people in the chat. I owe a massive thank you to Dan, because I was indirectly insulted as well, and the fact is, like, Dan didn't even need to stick up for me, but he actually told the person, like, just get fucked. Like people can talk to me all they want, but he stuck up for me anyway. He didn't have to. I appreciate it. You guys do a great job. That's why I've subscribed and joined them when I can. Not too many real and factual podcasts out there, but you guys are one of them. Thank you, mate. You know me. We try to be our best every single time. That's what we do. We, although that I can say that's what we do, but at least we actually try our best to stick up for what we believe in. And if, again, not everybody has to agree with us, but the difference is we're not going to go and abuse someone over it. We're just going to say, you know what, I disagree, and here's why. It's not hard. Save and protect the weekly Steelchair. Get that printed on a t-shirt. What's up, Carl? Good to see you. But I'm sorry this happened to you, but these are all really nice comments. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this, guys. Thank you so much. And Mo, yeah, I do know. I do appreciate it. I keep getting mentioned notifications, but nothing to say. But just block them, mate. Honestly. Basically, as you know, what's happened in the Discord. Basically, mate, we're not saying what's happened, but obviously we have to make the most of it. Yeah, I'm. If there's one thing I am, is I bring people into this community. Unfortunately, the only thing I'm guilty of is I let this run on for too long. I think that's something that I have to learn a lesson from. But we all tried to say the same thing. We all tried to resolve it the right way. Now, if this person decides to come at us, then the difference is we've said our piece. We're not insulting anybody. We're not telling anybody to get effed, all that. We're not abusing anybody. We've just said we've had to split because if we don't, other things could have happened. And it's all transparent. So if you want to talk to us about it and you'd rather be speaking to us quietly, come and speak to us in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Come and speak to us in the Discord. The one thing we're not going to do is we're not going to lie. So,
No.
But we have 33 people watching. So thank you. But first things first, Dan, before we move on, finally, your thoughts on this one, dude.
So for me, it's literally you. All I can say to anybody in life is just you will always have your own opinions. You will always have your own personal preferences in life. You don't necessarily need to judge anybody on their own. You don't need to insult them, to come out with threats. Yes, you will have your own different ways, but always be respectful to everybody else's ways. Then that way you get along well. And if you can't get along well, either you do two things. One, if it's that much of a problem, if it's really personal to you, talk to them privately about it. So then that way you ain't involving others. You ain't involving others. Others ain't able to get involved. They ain't hurt anything. Deal with it privately. You are adults. You are two human beings, adults who you're not children. You're not in a school playground. You are adults. Sort it out privately, and if you can't, then just ignore each other, because at the end of the day, it's not worth people getting insulted, hurt over, fearing for anything. People having to back off because they're scared, they're panicking, or anything like that. And said, for me, I came into this late, so I had no clue what was going on until it was literally like already too little, too late.
This is all true, by the way. Before anyone says anything, this is all a disclaimer. Dan did come into this late.
So for me, there's me. I'm having to try and keep it calm and collected, trying to literally split both ends, and it's just literally like when in that situation, when it's too far gone, there's not much you can do. So for us, the likes of myself, Reece, Josiah, and anybody else who had to deal with it over the weekend.
Bear in mind, my birthday was on Sunday. That's the worst thing. I went into it thinking this is going to be shit. I don't want to make it about me, but it is my channel, but it's a fact. Like I told these guys, I was worried my birthday was going to be shit because of this.
Yeah, we try to make it a little bit better for you on that day. But
lucky the wrestling made it better for you.
Exactly.
Hey, true.
But all it takes is a little bit of wrestling to do some healing.
Which one is that then?
She's going to name them all in a minute.
Oh God. So yeah, as I said, at the end of the day, the decision's obviously been made now. At the end of the day, all we can do now is just learn from it, move forward. We wish them all. To the individuals in this instance, we wish them all the best in the future. There's no ill harm towards them or anything like that. Good luck in your lives. I hope you do well. Yeah. And for the rest of us, we will focus now on making this community one of the best wrestling communities out there. Because at the end of the day, to us, like you matter, and by taking on what steps we need to do, it's literally showing that we're showing that we care about you, and we want to make sure that you are all safe in that instance.
I'm old in the head. I'm old in the head.
Your favorite dentist.
Absolutely. Aye. So this is where we're at. By the way, we're already in, and we're already close to combined 100 views already. Like we're diving in, we're having fun. And if anybody who's watching this is associated with both parties, if you want to clip this, go ahead. But at the end of the day, there's nothing that there is genuinely nothing now that can be used. And to be fair, we don't care in this way, but there's generally nothing you can do against us because we've actually done nothing wrong. And the reality of this as well is we're still the Just Free Guys podcast, but guess what? Just Free Guys doesn't mean me, Josiah, and he who must not be named. Just Free Guys means me, Josiah, and anybody who comes on, male or female. Guys, plural, is unisex. So if you want to be on here with us, that's fine. But I will say this, and I've already told them this, and this is how it goes. If you want to come on the podcast, it's not me you're asking. Yes, I'm the owner of the channel. If you want to come on here, you need to ask him. I'm not kidding.
Other way.
If he says no, he says no. Unless you're someone that we actually know. Like, for example, Dan's on here with us. If Catherine, Mo, like, if any of you guys come on, for example, we don't have a problem. But if you're just, say, like, in the chat for the first time, you just want to come on, he's going to say no. When did
not necessarily.
Yeah, you will. We know you will. Thanks so much, mate. Really do appreciate it. No, I'm 29, dude. I'm 29. It's my final year of my 20s. I'm the big 3-0 next year. So that's fun. You don't have to, Roy Sheen. You don't realistically have to. All I'm gonna say is just go back and just hide the people. If they're making you uncomfortable, hide the person. What's up, dude? Hope you're doing well. For yourself specifically, go back and rewind.
Yeah.
All I'm asking. But it's good to see you. Open, Jesus Christ. I don't have that sort of power. But now for the best question. How is everybody? How are you two doing? We've been live 24. We've been live nearly 24 minutes, and we've not even asked that question yet. Good man,
I
Chester.
I didn't realize it's been that long already.
It was like that in the TNA show when I bullied them for 35 minutes. I was like, oh wow, 35 minutes. I'm sure Josiah won't say no to me. Josiah's going to do.
You're a good egg.
Abel's doing his full Green Goblin face. No one says no to me.
You're
I nailed that voice for the first time in ages. Finally.
No, but there is the possibility he might actually say no to Billy in a quiz night.
Notice the difference between abusing and trolling. That's a joke. It's really important. Lamal then spot on. See, I haven't quoted his Green Goblin in a long time. We are up to 85 views already, gentlemen. We are absolutely killing it. What grade are we going for Dynasty? We will come back to this because the show was fun, but there's a lot of talking points, and there's some things that genuinely do need to be discussed. We're going to come back to that. What we are going to do first is... Ooh. There's something on my mind. What is it? Oh yeah, Josiah's going to
Barcelona have already scored, by the way, boss.
bastards.
And it's that your mouth.
Eh,
Wait, they've only just started and they've scored.
Yeah, it's been 8 minutes and they scored it.
For God's sake. Do ask your questions, and guys, we will star them and come back to them because we're going to have some fun. But let me just quickly, whilst I'm just going to, because I've done the other show, I just haven't done this one. I need to update the prediction screen, prediction spreadsheet. So Josiah, talk to our people. Well, the two of you talk to our people.
Yeah, so essentially, how are we all feeling today? I think that's the first question to get across. We need to bring a more communal feeling back to this space. So we'll start off with that. How's everyone?
How's everyone feeling about WrestleMania at the moment? Despite WWE's poor performance in its build-up, how are you feeling about WrestleMania coming up?
I'm
What-
just
what's
wanting it to be.
What's WrestleMania?
I don't know at this point. I just want it to come and go. I don't really have any feelings to it either way. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, it's always the nostalgia. It's always the nostalgia, regardless of how this year's one has actually been built up. I still love it, especially in this week, because it brings back all the nostalgia of previous manias. Manias what were actually good as well. Hearing
Even that, it doesn't really feel like that to me because it just feels like they've done such a bad job of booking it. It's like my interest is dwindled further as we've gone on rather than it increasing.
What an absolute perfect choice of words.
yeah,
Utter wank. Absolutely spot on. Molt, great comment. Doing good. Dynasty put us in a great mood, but now this week for Mania is a different story. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Xavier says doing good and at work it's hot outside but windy. Nice. Likewise, mate. Likewise. I can't believe the first hour is free. Is discounted. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
literally, first day were free and 25% off on tickets for Saturday night. Is literally the new $9.99.
Yep. It's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
One would think they would have blooming done that sooner, especially when ticket sales were already low beforehand, and it only takes the likes of CM Punk moving it off, and then Pat McAfee coming on to literally say, "Oh yes, here we go. Here's your 25% off."
Yeah.
It's because they're mental, Billy. Like, WWE genuinely are their own worst enemy. And they prove it every single time. Like, they're a joke. And unfortunately, that's where we are. Yeah, not a funny one. Exactly.
I think as well what helped them in a way for that sort of energy was that they didn't exactly announce anything. They didn't give out any spoilers as to what was actually being done on Raw last night.
Even if you go back and look, there's nothing exactly there to spoil because none of the segments actually hit.
Exactly.
Just getting all these almost done. It is funny. There's one person in the chat that didn't do any predictions because they weren't here, but they predicted one of the matches bang on. I was like, if only you just jumped in and predicted it, would have been brilliant. They're all wrong.
Who was that?
It was Maria. She predicted the gauntlet match.
Did she get it right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, but she never dropped her predictions. I'm like, damn you. Moxley, yep. There we go. It was a very, very close affair.
It was.
I'm glad to hear. Again, that's what we stand for, you know, like we don't do anything else we can do. It's just we have fun. That's the way it should be. They only moved about 1,500 ticks with that 25% off. Lol. Jeez.
Yeah. And it's funny, they actually, despite the discount being for night one only, they actually sold more tickets for night two than night one.
True. Is this the worst build for Mania, or is it still Mania 9? I actually think WrestleMania 9 actually had a decent build. The distance Mania 9 was just a shit show. I'm sorry to hear that, Maria. Might be some things, who knows. As long as you're feeling okay, that's what matters. Right, most a lot of people from other countries are not traveling to the US, so that's very true. We're not going to say much when it comes to terrible predictions, because trust me, there was someone worse than you. But then again, he'll probably blame the wheel. We got to watch a terrible battle between Cody and Randy, which includes shit McAfee and big ass jelly roll. Bloody hell. You can absolutely think that if you wish. That's completely fine. If you genuinely think that Triple I is the best right now, that's completely fine. I don't think anybody.
I will say it's not terrible.
Yeah, there's some things that are far worse. That's all right, Mo. That's okay. You can get the next one. It's cool. There's 2 separate prediction streams this week.
Mm-hmm. Although, to be fair, we may have to make it just one, considering the whole Fantasticamania thing.
Fantasticamania, we will be okay with.
Well, so have you found the matches?
I mean,
because we can't predict it if there are no matches announced.
We got absolutely shafted by that. They're saying it's April. They're saying it's this weekend, but they're also saying it was April 12th. Like, we really got bumped, which is not fair at all.
And even still, they haven't announced any matches.
Nope.
So even if it is this week, we don't know what matches are on the card.
You know what's funny? The SmackDown Hotel says Death Vegas Invitational is on the 16th. Fantasticamania is on the 19th.
But it's not. It's on the 17th.
Exactly, because it'll
Death
be
Vegas is on the 17th.
Yeah, and I agree with this. They should actually take a shot at it. I've got no problem with that at all. Some really good shows this week. I'm looking forward to them. Yeah, there's a lot of shows I'm looking forward to this week. There's a lot of good stuff here that we're going to get. What's up, Tina? Good to see you. But yeah, they're saying it's this week, so why is there no match card? Below you can find the full match cards. Well, yeah, where is it then? Dipshits. It'll live air on New Japan World on Sunday. Well, yeah, but what's the match card? To be announced. Give me the match card.
And I remember I checked last week to see if it was on New Japan World, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, we were proper hunting for it. Fantasticamania preview. This is from SE Scoops. That's just full participation. Like, it just says Dookie versus to be announced for the junior title if it's defended. Kushida versus to be announced for his MLW World Middleweight title if defended. And additional matches featuring MLW New Japan and CMLL talent. Yes, Sandman's final match is this weekend as well. That is correct. Should AEW put on a free show during Saudi Mania? No, they should. You know what they should do? They should run All In early. Or Double or Nothing early. Put Double or Nothing during Mania weekend. Oh, we really enjoy it. Don't you worry. We're going to get to that question. Don't you worry, Tina. Swerve Strickland recently filmed promotional materials for Warner Bros. Discovery. It explains why Swerve has not been seen on AEW TV and why he was absent from Dynasty. That's completely fine. That's a good way to use them with your noble masters. I just don't know why there's no card. Like I can get the card from January, but this one isn't.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're not able to. Like, there's
Which is
nothing
odd.
here. Yeah, like, it's such a major show. Why are you not showing a match card? Unless they're trying to keep it as close to their chest as possible, but they shouldn't. Because we've got the Death Vegas card. Like, you've got a freeway match. You've got FA versus Ishin versus Jimmy Lloyd. You've got Gedo and Daisuke Sasaki versus Joey Janela and Gringo Loco in a hardcore match. You've got a trios match. You've got Kushida, Yamato, and Alec Price versus Mansoor. Oh God Almighty! Actually, no. Is this a no? It's a triple threat. It's Kushida and Yamato versus Alec Price and Jordan Oliver versus the two Clown Collection.
Yeah.
Then you've got El Fantasmo and Maki Ito versus Dragon Kid and Starlight. Like, actually, no, it's Maki Ito not.
And
No,
Maki Ito, she's not. Yeah, she's not there.
yeah, who's replaced her again?
I don't know. I don't think it's been announced yet.
And then we've got a freeway death match. We've got Despe and Junkasai. Actually, this might be a trios. We'll figure it out. Catherine does love Jelly Roll. She definitely loves Jelly Roll. Catherine would roll Jelly Roll all day, every day if she could. And at the same time, she'd be going, Tootsie Roll. We are getting Macri versus Jelly. The fact you called him Jelly Soul is funny. He's a star and hope to see him in box. He will be. He'll make it. I like the load. What the heck? Those things are real? That's just funny. Lol card, no harm in showing some love. Yeah. Smack bang on Mo is a disgrace how our talent meant to get screen time when they keep shoving I show speeds poor man's. Yeah, let's not. If AEW started a Hall of Fame in 10 years, should Owen Hart be the very first induction like Andre the Giant was in WWE, or would you induct someone else first if you're Tony Khan? Andre the Giant was inducted
to be
first
honest,
because, no, like I can give that. Andre the Giant was inducted in 1993 because they were already going to do the Hall of Fame. He was going to be the first induction. The very first induction to the AEW Hall of Fame should be Chris Jericho.
and also I would actually say I don't think they can induct Owen Hart into their Hall of Fame because he's not contributed anything to their company. So.
There is no way in hell that he would get inducted. You can't induct him based on a tournament name. Long overdue. Should have been inducted before Rhino did. Put it that way.
When did Rhino get inducted?
He got inducted a couple of years ago.
No.
Yes, Sting. I think if he's gone by then, if he's gone by then, after Jericho, I think it should be Omega, then Sting. That depends on how long Omega stays active, but I would do Jericho, Omega, then Sting.
You can do active Hall of Fames though.
They'll probably do more than one induction, but to be fair, there's not enough that you can put in. Cody can get inducted into the bitch boy category. Dustin Rhodes deserves it more than he does, to be fair. In terms of Becky's big announcement, coffee, I think.
They'll put Hangman in the Hall of Fame.
If Hangman gets in the Hall of Fame, then Catherine's got to make the induction speech. I agree with that, Mo. I think that's fair. Jericho, Sting, Omega is the first three. I'm okay with it. Jericho has to be the first induction. There's no Dynamite without Jericho. Regardless of the Elite and all that and Tony Khan, there is no genuine Dynamite without Jericho because he was the biggest name.
Yeah.
And that's respect. And that, to be fair, even Kenny Omega will agree that Kenny Omega was by far like the second biggest, depending on how you view it. I would say he's a bigger star than Cody still. But like, if you really look at it, but if you look at it from a fair perspective, Jericho was the real star of that. But But in terms of that, do you want to start? Do you want to do it in order,
Yeah.
or do you want to start with Dynasty?
Let's do it in order.
Britt Baker can F off. She's contributed nothing to AEW except sandbagging and whinging. Jericho absolutely was the first AEW World Champion. Although, to be fair, if he had got his way back in 2019, Jericho was not going to be the first World Champion. The original person that was going to win the AEW World title was actually CM Punk. Because Tony wanted him in 2019, but he never got him. So he thought, well, if I can't get him, then there's definitely someone else out there that's already an established commodity. I will go for Jericho. And it makes sense. Bryan Danielson, yeah. Adam Cole, no. What's happening?
If we're going to talk about Hall of Fame for AEW as well, I think we'd also have to shoot in a little bit as well for probably John Moxley as well, because he's done massively. He's done quite decent in AEW as well.
Yeah, I'm just replying to Xavier there. He says his first women's induction would be Mercedes or Shida. So I went back saying, no, if you can't have Mercedes inducted over, say, Tony. Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, God.
Hey.
I don't think Tony Khan will put himself in an AEW Hall of Fame.
Well, at least one team knows how to overturn the 2-0 deficit.
Oh, you're just getting beat still?
No, it's still 0-0.
I'm absolutely annoyed that Athletic were letting this.
We scored. No, we haven't. It was offside.
I'm trying to remember who. There we go.
No, he's well offside. What's he done that for?
Bucks would have to go in before Mox.
No.
I don't think so. I think Mox would go in before the Bucks. I think that's a good thing. It means Athletic will have to come out. Yeah, but the only bad thing for that though is they'll just get. I'm really annoyed by that. Riho.
I mean, at least you can. I mean, at least you can trust Barcelona to beat Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm annoyed. I just want Atletico Madrid to win it. Riho. Not a bad suggestion. I still think the first one has to be Tony Storm. Just overall commodity and success. Just for last, put Hangman in for Catherine's rant on a Sunday. Yes. Yes. Catherine's rage will come before us. How bad was today's Roman Punk segment out of 10? It was awful. Are we surprised? I'm not.
No.
Thunder Rosa for Catherine.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It would be absolutely crazy. We actually did have a very interesting... Oh, JR absolutely would be the first announcer, 100%. Oh, that is cool, Carl. That is cool. We actually had, see for the both days of the predictions, like for both shows, we actually had a wild competitive nature. Like, everybody went crazy for the predictions in terms of how well we did. Sort of. It only means, though, that we have to decide a predictions champion. Because whilst there were 4 draws again.
Well, 4. I thought it was only 3.
Let me double check. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here for me. Now, let me just quickly go because I got one wrong. Because I got 13. Because I got one wrong for Noah, which was the tag match. Because I chose technical ability over crazy bastards. For the record, Chester 100%. You did 100% on the Noah card. So I got 13 here. Chester on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because that's 13. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. It is a triple threat between me again, Josiah, and Chester. Yeah. However, the rules of the Predictions Championship dictate that if someone gets a 100% on a double, actually, let me rephrase that, on a multi-show prediction, then that will mean it's a championship contender between the champion and the winning challenger. So, Chester, tomorrow, not tonight, tomorrow, we're going to have a little impromptu fun stream. But tomorrow it's going to be Xavier versus Chester for the Predictions Championship. And it will be decided by a little fun contest on the SWA. I think you know what match is coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's one that Josiah likes a bit too much.
You haven't lost it yet, Xavier. There's still the possibility you could retain it, but you are face it. You are tomorrow night. You will be facing Chester.
Yep. Standard rules apply. Tomorrow it will be Josiah versus Chester. Just kidding. It's Xavier versus Chester. In the no holds, no rules, false count.
Sam's about to come on.
Oh, what to do?
Because Ekatike is injured.
Oh, is he? Even there.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow is going to be Predictions Championship. Josiah will get to watch on because he never got to win. It'll be Xavier versus Chester.
Although I would make the argument that I should have been allowed to win.
Well, tough. You didn't win. So, gentlemen, I want you to go now and look at the 2K26 roster, and I'm going to determine this right now. So, because again, unfortunately, you can't do this on the AEW game, which kind of sucks. So we have to do it on 2K26, and the match is already prepared, so don't worry. Yes, Shadow Lord Darth Maul is fantastic. I am not doing a very long voice, no chance.
Right, the other thing I do ask, please, no spoilers. I ain't caught up with you yet.
You need to hurry your ass up, put it that way, before I start reviewing it, because I will be intent to review it as members' videos. So,
No.
You have a maximum okay, just want to make this as reasonable as possible. Let's think.
Looks like
The
after me, you're on catch up.
Mm-hmm. The highest rated character you can use, I believe, is what's his face? 2 seconds.
Which game are we talking about here?
2K26.
Isn't that Super Cena then?
Yeah, which is not happening. Nobody's.
Why
Oh,
not?
Atletico scored. Yes, come on.
Oh, they scored. Nice.
Who was their goal scorer, Apple?
Lookman.
He is so good. Yeah, the highest you can go, I think, is unfortunately Super Channel, but luckily nobody's stupid enough to do it. So, gentlemen, the
But I mean, if
highest...
they did, I mean, what do you mean? If they pick Super Cena, that's basically a guaranteed win.
Exactly, that's why it's not happening. I'm not allowing it.
Unless you pick 99 rated Roman Reigns, then maybe you've got a chance then.
I think we all know they're not stupid enough because they actually care about their sense of
Oh,
pride.
we scored. How have we not scored there? That is ridiculous.
Thank God you didn't score. What pay-per-view picks do we have coming up besides Mania? We have Death Vegas Invitational, and if we can find the card, Fantastica Mania in US. The week after that, we have the Stardom show. And we've got the big Noah show May 2nd. That is going to be unbelievable because it's LTJ versus Team 2000X for the whole card.
Mm.
It's going to be insanely good. All right, so Xavier and Chester, go and look. I want you to find the best character for yourselves that's under 93 rated. So there you go. The maximum rating you can get, I'm allowing, is 93. What's up, Kayla? How are you? Good to see you. Your gaming has been absolutely crazy. Seeing you've been streaming the long runs again. We are 125 views already, gents. We'll let Xavier decide because he's a defending champion. When do you think Forbidden Door will be? Just after All In. It'll be the same as last year. It'll be
Whilst you guys decide that, I'm gonna go get my dinner out of the oven.
No problem. If you want to ask some questions in the way, guys, keep asking questions. But yeah, Forbidden Door, I think, will be after All In. And it should. Right, Xavier's gone for a male. Okay, so in that case then, if you're picking a male character, the highest 93 male. So that means you can get well, the good thing is you can't get CM Punk. Waffles or pancakes for me. It also means you can't get Seth Rollins. So you can't get CM Punk, you can't get Seth Rollins. Thankfully, you don't get Roman Reigns. And that's a good thing because nobody wants to suffer that shit. You don't get Cody Rhodes, so you don't need to suffer that shit. Yeah, you get some decent characters. But go and have a look. Bye. We're really buzzing to talk about these events. We're in for a good one. Bret Hart is on 91, 92, I believe. I'm sure he's 92. Hold on, let me just quickly get that again. Where is he? Legends. Bret Hart's on 93. Brock Lesnar's on 94. And so is Brock Lesnar 2013 is 95. But Brock Lesnar 2001 is a 90, but I don't think I've bothered to unlock him. You can get CM Punk 2013 though, but you can't get CM Punk 2013 Elimination Chamber, but 2013 SummerSlam you can have because he's a 93. CM Punk WrestleMania 29 is also a 93. I just hope nobody picks Hollywood Hogan. Ugh, that'll be painful.
And no one should be a man. No, no, no.
Yep. The funniest thing is the lowest Cena they can pick is 83, and I'm not even bothered to unlock him. Kurt Angle is an 89 and an 86. Talk about disgraceful. CM Punk's SummerSlam 2013. Good. Nice one, Chester. In the nicest way, Mo, it was absolutely boring. Oh, you can get Seth Rollins 2025. He's a 92. And you can get Shawn Michaels 19. You can get Shawn Michaels 92, 97 as well. He's a 92 rating.
Mo, I can also elaborate on that. I ended up falling to sleep literally at the beginning of it. It was literally that boring.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So tomorrow's title decider is Kurt Angle versus CM Punk. You've heard it here first, folks. Nuno Mendes coming off. Oh, that's not good for PSG. That is good for Josiah, to be fair.
Salah will finally get some freedom on the right.
Yeah, because he can't handle.
Because every time we play PSG, he gets pocketed everything.
This will be live tomorrow, yeah. This will be live when I get in from work. That is going to be fun. We're going to do a wee fun stream tomorrow anyway, but we'll add this in. And tomorrow, this stream will be on my new Elgato. So I will set up the Elgato for this tomorrow night. It's going to be a blast. Right. Let's get into business. So, Hernandez has replaced Nuno Mendes. I think he's picked up an injury. That's bad timing for them. Hernandez,
it's good for Ren,
yeah,
it's good for Ren, though. Yeah. And it also serves PSG right for getting their game postponed.
Right, so before we proceed, I just want to quickly look at one thing. It's still 2-1, almost half time. Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. The only thing is, though, it is at the Wanda. I generally do think that Atletico will suck them in the second half and they'll get a second goal. And if they do, that's game one. Yeah. I just want Griezmann to be the one that does it and celebrates the winning goal.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with the first of the two events. And the first show we're going to talk about is this. Now, some promotions under the WWE banner get ruined. Thankfully, this company is smart enough not to let WWE ruin their creative or even try to. So, the first show we're going to talk about tonight is Apex Conquest in Nagoya by Pro Wrestling Noah. Don't think Dan watched this. I think Dan's going to be happy chill for this one. But Josiah, what were your overall thoughts on this event?
Brilliant event.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely just perfect.
It was seriously good stuff. I do recommend watching it, especially for the fact is they've already built an entire pay-per-view card following this event on two factions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've already established it, and it's actually brilliant. So we'll look at the first match, obviously. 6-person tag. Hajime Ohara, Daiki Odajima, and Aoi Takahashi versus Recruiting Arrows, Black Men Soar, and Koyanagi Yuto. Overall, I thought this match was really well done. The pacing was great. I think the use of the younger talent as well allowed the match to grow as well in time. But in the end, it was just nice to see them actually be smart and use experience properly. And experience prevailed in the right way. But Josiah, what were your overall thoughts on this opener?
I pretty much agree with everything you said, and it's something that I really enjoy with the Japanese promotions. It's like they actually know how to showcase their younger talent while making sure that the experienced talent still get the outcome that they need to get to.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. And for those that, another thing that's really massive as well, which is great, is the people that matter to you. Abel, that's because you didn't predict the show. For the people that care about you and the people that matter to you, just and smile. That's all I'm going to say. But I thought the first match was good. Moving into the second match, which is Aita and Koto Tsuruya versus Angel Reyes and Ryusi, has already established the threat of LTJ, Los Tranquilos de Japón. They have honestly cemented themselves really well into Noah. But obviously, this is the only match throughout the whole event where they lost.
Mm-hmm.
Did you send your whole... Did you? Did Abel send predictions for that event? I'm actually going to go check. If I've done this wrong, then we may have a problem.
If he has, then we're going to have to avoid the whole thing.
Right, if you did... Right, if you bear...
I'm going to check now. I'm checking now. I'm going to look for the whole show. Hold on. If he has...
If he's actually sent predictions, then we're going to have to avoid the whole thing.
Not void the whole thing. I sent this and AEW. Right, hold on. Let me go look. Gents, keep talking. I'll be right back.
Okay, so while Reece goes to find the evidence of whether Abel has or hasn't done his predictions, I'm going to ask Dan about this match as if he actually knows what happens. And let's see what he can come up with. So, Dan, what were your thoughts on this match?
I mean, I think obviously I didn't watch the match, but this is one show I did not watch. But if I'm going to sit there and say based on everything what I've just been listening to you guys say about it, it sounds like it was
shit.
It was it sounded like it was one of them.
Okay, I think we've found the issue here. We may have a problem.
Yeah, I'm going to drop this down for a minute. I need to quickly add these in because he's actually fair. This is my ADHD. I apologize, mate. I did miss your predictions. Hold on. Keep discussing the matches, though, but let me just quickly... But you'll need to rewind on your shows if you're watching it on YouTube, just so you can keep an eye on the matches. I need to add these in fast.
But yeah, this tag match, I think was a very good match. I was surprised that the LTJ didn't win simply because it's a faction that's tied to Naito and Bushi. But it was a pleasant surprise for me because I always like to see the non-obvious person win a match
Yeah,
because I think it gives off more intrigue than if it's just the simple favorite winning.
yeah. It sort of gives off that. It sort of gives off that. It draws more attention back into it again, rather than just letting it go stale,
Yep.
keeping it in the same old section, having it just go to
And
the
I,
point where it goes stale.
yeah, and I think that this is something that all wrestling companies should take note of and actually make an effort to do more of.
Exactly,
Because that,
especially with one certain company when they keep allowing certain particular wrestlers to hold major titles for at least well over 1,000 days.
yeah, we're supposed to be making our divisions intriguing, not taking that intrigue away by keeping the belt hostage on the
Okay,
same
we're good.
people.
We're good.
And it's not just that as well. It's literally you want to bring prestige to these golden belts as well. You want them to have something what makes people want to watch them, rather
Agreed.
than just like, sorry, I can't be asked with it, because at the end of the day, you don't want to keep on seeing the same person with it all the time, left, right, and center.
Yep. So did confirm. Just Abel did send his predictions. He did get 5 out of 8, but he doesn't obviously stop the reality of the fact that he still didn't tie us in the predictions. He finishes on 10 out of 13.
That's
But
not bad.
still, really good performance regardless.
Coming from someone who thought that they had horrible dynasty predictions, that wasn't too bad for me.
Yeah, 5 on both. 5 results correct on both shows. Total of 10 out 10 10 scored. Not bad. It was out of this whole show was out of 17. So you got 10 regardless. Really well done. So yeah, that's where we're at. So yeah, I've checked and added them in correctly. So there we go. So we are carrying on. So where are we? Yeah, we are the 6-person tag, I think it was. Yep, Atu CG, Katoge, Muhammad Yone, and High 69 versus Null, Tadasuke, and Kai Fujimara. I actually thought this match was really good, but it wasn't the best 6-person out of the show. But it was still a decent watch to see the talent just go straight in on it. They didn't hold back at all. I think that's the best part of this. Best part of this.
See, for me, obviously I didn't watch it, but when I'm hearing stuff like that, that just goes to show that a show's not taking too many a brand is not taking too many precautions. It's willing to let them go all out, just put it out there in the ring, rather than just do this, do that, just do like this, do like that. Don't go too full in or anything like that. No, just let them showcase what they can do in that forward squared circle. That's what they need. That's what they need to do. This is what any sort of talent needs to do.
I agree. And there's certainly elements of the shows that are going to be really huge, and this is certainly one of them. Is just going out and just, even if it's not the best match, at least try and have some fun and try and see what you can achieve, because you might end up on the next show where you might get a bigger opportunity. Some of these talents, I think, will, just from that low-key effort that matters. But the best 6-person tag on this one, oh damn, the next match What a match, Josiah. Marufuji, Keno, and
Mhm.
Amakusa versus Endo, Hayata, and Inabata.
Yeah. And I will say my only issue with this match is, again, something we talked about when we talked about the junior heavyweights. It's the seemingly lack of trust that they have in Tetsuya Endo.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame because he's so good. It's because of that perceived lack of trust. That's why I went with my head rather than Endo, Hayata, and Inabata, even though Hayata was outstanding as well. The tag match.
I thought that Hayata was going to win.
Yeah, there's one moment where
Like
he
he was just
genuinely
going to
has
carry
good
the
spot.
team to win.
Yeah, I did wish he did. Wait, what?
But yeah, what are your general thoughts on this tag match?
I thought the tag match, in terms of the creativity, I thought it was wild, but I didn't expect it to be. I didn't expect the actual outcome, not because like of preference of who I had to win, but it's the way they did the ending. Like we nearly got the win from Nozomi clean on Segura. No, sorry, it was the pin on Kitamiya, and it gets to 2, and then the referee's about to count 3, and Kitamiya grabs the referee's fingers, and he's like, "No shit, are you counting to 3? You're not letting me win." But he's put his hands on the referee, so I'm like, "Oh sweet, I'm gonna get a 100% prediction here." And then they're like, "No, no, no, carry on." I'm like, "You bastards!" So I got shafted out of a 100% because of the referee having no balls, but I did like the way it ended.
What
Like,
is it with referees refusing to disqualify people?
no idea. It was a nasty finish in terms of how they brutalized them, but I also liked as well how they post match they cut a promo on Kaito Kiyomiya and told him to like disband his group as well. Like they told him that his group wasn't good enough anymore; they had to disband. But he's like, no chance. Like I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really good. And then obviously we've got the first of 3 title matches, the junior heavyweight tag teams, Dragon Bane and Alejandro defending against Kid Lycos 1 and 2. This match is really, really impressive. I
Yeah.
like the I like the utilization of Alejandro's technical ability, even though he's a high flyer. But then I like the fact that Dragon Bane did little technical wrestling. It was purely about striking and high flying. They really had to work out for them. Kid Lycos 1 and 2 were giving them a really competitive match. And then eventually Alejandro gets the win.
He does.
And he has challenged for the GHC Junior Heavyweight Championship. He wants to be a double champion. He's called out the champion, and it's been granted his wish. He will get a title shot.
Hmm.
I
A
don't
lot of
often,
challenges made on this card.
yep, I don't often advocate for double champions, but I would genuinely, I would put that belt on him. I would put the belt on Alejandro and give him the double championship status. I think he's earned it.
Would be cool to see, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about you? What were your thoughts on this one?
I was quite impressed with it. It's a
Mm-hmm.
nice, refreshing change from the tag wrestling that we see in certain other promotions.
What about it did you like the most?
Just the fluidity, I'd say.
Hmm. What about the next match?
The next match. Was that
Naito and Bushi versus
yeah. I think the match itself was I'd say it was okay, but then it's more the post match that I take from this whole thing.
The post match was fantastic. It set
I
up
will say
Ring
that
Mayhem.
I think that this match was slightly ruined by the whole obsessive going for Bushi's mask throughout the match.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't like the constant attempts to unmask a masked wrestler. Yes, maybe once you fail, that's the end of it. But he went for the mask 3-4 times separately, and he was close. I will give him that. Like, he was very close, Ozawa, to unmask him, but it was the fact that after he done that, he got the mist in the face by Bushi. He was like, "To hell with you." After he went for the Rebel Ride, which is his Phoenix Splash. He went for his Phoenix Splash and missed, and then after he'd done that, it got misted, and then instead of hitting Destino, I think the problem here is I don't think this was exactly what was supposed to happen. I think this is a botch on Naito's behalf, but this is awkward, but it's actually a really cool recovery. Naito goes for his Destino, which is his flip over, like, sliced bread type move, and instead of hitting him, either he's meant this or it's a botch. I think it's a botch, but he recovers. Instead of instead of hitting it, he hits into a small package where he does the Destino rolls round the body and he hits a small package for the win. If he's meant that, that is generally one of the best ways to win a match I have seen.
I mean, I've seen him do a roll up off a tornado DDT, so I'm pretty sure he meant that up.
If he's meant this though, then he is one wild bastard. But we have set up, obviously, Spring Mayhem, which is May 2nd. May 2nd, you will see 3 separate LTJ matches. Bushi will take on Yun Masaoka. Tetsuya Naito will take on Ozawa. And you will see throughout the card, you will see Angel Reyes and Ryusi in tag action as well. It is a full-blown manic match that does include the man who is in the main event of this event. But before we get to that, Josiah, what was your thoughts on the world title match?
I think it was a good match, but it was a bit underwhelming because you kind of knew that Inamura wasn't going to lose.
I didn't feel jeopardy at all.
No.
Which is a shame because I thought Alpha Wolf actually did conduct himself well in the match as a heel. But when he got that diving splash, like, you just knew if he misses the first time, he's going to hit the second time and it's all over.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. That's just a typical wrestling trope. If you don't get it the first time, you're going to get it the second.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But after this, we found out who the friend was from Kenta.
Mm-hmm.
It's former TMDK member Shane Haste. He has went to Noah. He has joined White Raven Squad, which is Kenta's faction, and he will challenge for the GHC Heavyweight Championship next against Yoshiki Inamura. And quite frankly, he wants to get the most record defenses in a single reign. Shane Haste is not going to be a difficult match for him at all.
Not at all.
It's going to be very competitive, but I think it should be relatively, no disrespect to Shane Haste, but this match should be easy for Inamura because Inamura is purely a single. Shane Haste is not. He's a tag team specialist. I think if Inamura goes more than 15 minutes with this, I'll be very surprised. Like, I will be genuinely
Yeah.
surprised if he does.
I mean, I'm sure all this is leading to Kenta being the big challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, damn right you did, Xavier. Damn right you did. But yes, so your final, before we move on to Dynasty, your final thoughts on Noah, and what's your hopes for Spring Mayhem?
I'm hoping that for spring that they kind of split the wins between the factions rather than making it one-sided. That's my main hope for that.
If you had to split it based on the 3 matches announced, the tag and the 2 singles, what are you thinking? Or would you rather wait till the show to discuss it then?
I think I'd rather wait till the show because obviously there are going to be more matches announced.
Fair play. Fair play. Right. He has been sitting quietly. And to be fair, it's because he doesn't watch Noah, but we're gonna make sure we're gonna help him to watch Noah going forward. Up next, of course, ladies and gents, is arguably the big one. AEW Dynasty. And well, we have a lot to get on here. Just make sure I've marked all these right. Windsor, Bucks, Darby, FTR, Moxley, Divine
I
Division.
I just want to let it be known that I won this portion of the predictions.
You did well, but it doesn't really matter. You still
Yeah,
didn't
it
win.
doesn't mean anything. I didn't win, but I won half of it.
Yeah. I'm glad that you enjoyed that, Dynasty, because we're about to discuss some things that really do have us in a blender. Notice how all 3 of us in the draw all had the same main event pick.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible foreshadowing. Okay. AEW Dynasty. Now, Fernando asked a fair question before we start. What grade are we going to give Dynasty? What do we think?
A minus, I think I give it.
A minus.
Mm-hmm.
Dan?
I'd say the same between a B plus and an A minus. If I was to rank it in a numerical way, it'd be between at least maybe between an 8 to 8.5.
That's fair. Abel says A minus as well. I'm actually going to go for an A. But actually, no, if it ties into my talking points, no, I'll give it the same A minus as well. And we've all got similar points, and we really enjoyed it, Tino. We really enjoyed it, but we also have some elements to it that need to be discussed. So let's start with a more obvious point. And again, please do like, share, and subscribe. Check out our collaborators, our community members. Check out our Discord. There's a membership on the Steelchair as well. Check out catherinesmidpodcast.com. You know the score. Back to brass tacks. So, why is AEW Dynasty an A minus and it's not an A or an A plus? It's not an A plus because of how Chris Jericho versus Ricochet ended, which we're going to come to.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an A plus because Andrade got nothing in his match against Darby, even though he lost. It's not an A plus or an A because of this match.
Yeah.
And also, it's not
The tag
an
title
A.
match.
Yes, it's not an A plus or an A minus because of this too. Now, what makes an A minus is this match, this clusterfuck, this brutality. This is just. We're going to come to this. This was actually
Again,
quite.
appreciate the full set here.
There's a lot here, but we're going to get through it. So, Josiah, flip of a coin. Do you want to go this order, or do you want to pick a match yourself that you want to get to most of all and begin from there? What do you want to do?
Okay, I want to start with the Continental title match.
You want to start with Continental title.
Yeah.
All yours.
I thought that this match was. It felt disjointed to me.
Same, Abel. Great choice. Yes, he got injured. Yeah, he got injured.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah, I felt that this Continental title match was very disjointed to me. It was very slow paced for a start. And it also didn't really feel like there was enough emphasis on Will Ospreay's neck until towards the end of the match.
Agreed.
And I also wasn't a big fan of the lack of selling in this match either.
That's a fair point. Just for the record, this doesn't really affect anyone here, but Ipswich Town are losing 2-0 to Portsmouth. Massive effect on the championship playoff. I think that's pretty much, they've got 2 games in hand on Coventry, but I think that's pretty much ruined Ipswich's chances of winning the championship now. And Southampton are beating Blackburn 2-0.
And to be fair, I don't want Ipswich back. We need more variety in teams.
I want Southampton back up because I didn't like the way they went down. The playoffs right now are crazy. Wrexham could get into it, but right now, third is Millwall, then Middlesbrough, Southampton, Hull City. Wrexham are 7th and only 4 points behind Hull.
To be honest, I wouldn't mind any of those going up. I just don't want Millwall to get promoted.
Yeah. Portsmouth have got a game in hand on Oxford, and Portsmouth have just climbed out of the relegation zone by a point. Oxford, Leicester, and Sheffield Wednesday are the teams currently going down. But there's only 2 points between. Oxford, Leicester, Sheffield Wednesday is what I meant. Portsmouth are a point behind West Brom with a game played less. This is going to get good. But yes, so the Continental Championship match, I agree. I'm not annoyed by the way the time limit draw. It's fine. What I will say that is really annoying about the match is exactly what Josiah said. Moxley made a very particular promo on Dynamite, and he didn't live up to it. Like, he did not live up to the fact that we're going to go for your neck. Your neck can't handle it. Your neck can't take it. It's really bloody disappointing when somebody who says specific things doesn't live up to it.
Yeah, he only really went for it in like the last 5 minutes of the match.
Yeah. And what's crazy as well is how close they went to the time limit. They went 18 minutes. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this, and this is probably going to upset a lot of people, but it's the truth. This is Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley's worst ever match. Either individually or together that I've seen. And I've seen bad matches that include Will Ospreay versus Blake Christian.
Or
yes, Dave.
Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar.
Oh, that's his worst match too. But what I mean is, like, from what I've seen in their AEW run thus far,
Oh, okay.
I think this is
And that
generally
includes the CM Punk squash match.
I don't even count that as a match. I count that as a moment of brilliance. Because squashing CM Punk is always a good thing. But no, in general, I do think Moxley versus Ospreay, this is their worst match I've seen overall, either on Dynamite, Collision, or pay-per-view. It just didn't click. I think they didn't make it, and it's a shame because the talent involved is great. I just think overall, I think the chemistry is there. I think if they were to go a second time with no time limit, I think the match is better. Sort of similar to Takeshita versus...
So, like the Takeshita, yeah.
Yeah. Because if you look how they went the second time was a whole lot better. I think they have to change that. I think they have to remove the time limits when it comes to pay-per-views for Continental Championship matches, but keep the no interference part of it. Keep no interference. No one's allowed at ringside. But for TV, it should be 20 minutes. And then on pay-per-view, it's 60-minute, no time limit, all that nonsense. Do you agree, disagree?
Yeah. I think that the 20-minute time limit should only apply to TV because they have
That's
a
what I
set
think.
time. Whereas on pay-per-view, they don't have that set time, so the 20 minutes isn't really needed.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Dan? What do you think?
I sum this match up as a whole. They were just too cautious in the approach of it all. It only took them until the final few minutes of it to really just, okay, let's go for it. They're just too cautious in it, and it just ended up. It just fell flat. It fell flat. Literally. When I catch up with any pay per view with AEW, what I normally do is I play it on times 2 speed, just to obviously get it done in any occupied time. But with that match, I literally within the first 5 minutes, I literally felt it was that flat. I just literally had to speed it up just that little bit extra just to get somewhere. And then when I felt like something was happening, I sped it back down, just put it back a few minutes, and then literally watched it. And then literally that final few minutes of it, that's when it really got interesting. But to me, that match was they were just too cautious. There was an absolute disconnect between each other, it just felt like they just were lost out there a little bit with it. So for me, I'd have to more or less agree was in any sort of match in general with AEW with them pair. It was their worst match I've ever seen from them.
Yeah, I agree. Fair comment from Xavier here. He says, "For me, Will had so many opportunities to actually defeat Mox, but he was so focused on going for the kill with the neck. And do you think Will built the selling too slow?"
I mean, I don't think he sold at all, which is the issue.
Yeah, he didn't. There's more people that are concerned that Kenny Omega didn't sell a bloody Canadian destroyer, like as in. Because obviously MJF decided that he's going to use Adam Cole's finish completely fine. People are more concerned that he didn't sell in the build up to that from the Poison Runner than Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay didn't sell once in his match. Do y'all want him to go to second? No, I want them to go. If you're in a 20-minute time limit match, I want to see the first 5 minutes of you, as the phrase goes, feeling each other out, getting used to each other's rhythm. For the final 15 minutes of that match, I'm expecting you to go up to second, third gear, and then the last 2-3 minutes to really win the match, I want you to hit 4th, 5th, 6th gear. Get to your highest at the very end. If you're stuck in first gear for the first 12 to 13 minutes of the match is going to suck. And this match proved it. This match sucked. Dave Meltzer's probably going to give it a 5.5 star, but the difference is at least we're saying it as we think. Obviously, it's his opinion, but if I'm being honest, I'm giving this a 3 star.
Yeah.
So about 3.5, just to be generous on it.
Yeah, and we're not saying this to wind people up. We're saying because it's generally what we think. Dan, let you pick one. What do you? Well, obviously, we're leaving the main event till last, but where do you want to go next? Do you want to go back to the start now and work our way through, or do you want to just pick one at random?
Let's pick out the one what I think what people were probably a little bit shocked about. It probably might have been a little bit shocked about. Let's pick out this whole Chris Jericho Ricochet one.
Good choice. Good choice. Chris Jericho versus Ricochet, which followed a genuinely brilliant tag match. Go on then, Dan. Your thoughts on Jericho versus Ricochet in Vancouver?
So for me, I felt it started off pretty well. I think for me, I think what just ruined it for me was obviously the ending. For me, the result, I would have thought they would have gone down giving Chris Jericho the W on this one, but that for me just ruined what felt like a little bit of a decent match.
Yeah. I don't. Same with Abel when he talks about the finish, and you did as well. But like Josiah, I want to get your thoughts on this as well. But for me, like I actually thought the way the match was going, Jericho was working great. Like I was getting what's the best way to put it? I was getting Taker versus Bray Wyatt, where he comes back, he's all guns blazing, he gets some big moves, and then after he gets the big moves, he's instantly slowed down by one move from his opponent, and he's just cut out.
Yeah.
That's what they were going for. But the worst thing about this match as well is they have him lose to the Lion Salt.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand that at all. If you're going to use the Lion Salt, use it post match. But why is Jericho coming back to take an L, acting like he's Prince?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
odd.
Xavier says I looked at the finish as salt to the wound type, and maybe they want to put Jericho in the putting people over role. But the way Jericho looks and he's coming back, if you're going to have Jericho put people over, not from his first match back, at least let him have the one win, maybe.
Yeah, wait until it's at least down a few matches down the line before he's at least putting people over. At least let him let him have the W to start getting a feel of being back in wrestling again, and then gradually get him into the role of being the veteran and help selling people over. I mean, I do get it because at the moment, Ricochet isn't exactly very popular.
He's dropped off a bit recently as well. His matches have dropped off a bit recently. Ricochet's not a bad wrestler, it's just his recent matches I think have been a bit underwhelming.
Which, from what I have seen of clips and all that, he has been very lackluster. But so ultimately, I can understand why they've probably done it, but I think one match wouldn't have hurt. One match wouldn't have hurt a little bit of a build up to try and get him back in that position. But I can see why they've done it, but I just don't agree that the end. I just don't agree the ending, the result, that the whole finish, the whole finish out should have been done afterwards in an instance where Ricochet was an absolute salty guy, and not happy that he's lost, and just goes after Chris Jericho and attacks him.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would have been great. What about you? Just I do miss Ricochet being Prince Puma. Xavier says I understand.
agree with that, yeah.
It's just I didn't want people to think that you're looking at the result through the WWE booking lenses. Yeah, I think having him come back to win at least one match before you get him in the bulk of putting people over is actually not a bad thing, though. But they really rushed it. But
Because
I
you've
just
got
don't.
to establish something for you to then put someone over.
Yeah.
Because
What-
if you just come back and lose, it's like, what are you really beating if they've just come back and done nothing?
Mhm. We all agree on one thing as well. We're all Chris Jericho fans. We're not Jericho fans. You
No,
know what I mean?
I don't know what the hell they're doing with that. I don't know.
I don't like they've came back and he's now thinking he's like Prince when he goes by one name. No, you're Chris Jericho. We've known you as Chris Jericho for fucking 30 plus years. I hate it.
That just screams of Vince randomly taking someone's first name away.
Exactly. We've got Adrian Neville. Oh, no, we've got Neville. Here comes... Actually, not the other one. I was about to say
Oh,
another
no,
NXT
there we
member.
go. Oh, good save.
It's still 2-1 in the Wanda Metropolitano. Again, what a beautiful stadium. It's on my bucket list. Let's see. My turn. And there's absolutely one match I want us to talk about before we get back into the realm of... Yeah, we'll just go back to order after this, but we'll go for these ones. The match I want to talk about next: the annihilation of Daphne. Sorry, Jamie Hayter. Thank God that despite admitting he made creative changes to the card, thank God one of those wasn't "I'm putting Jamie Hayter over." Because we've seen from the build up to this event why Tekla is the best person to be the AEW Women's World Champion. I liked the ruthlessness in this match. I liked the way that she stood out individually against Tekla. I thought her offense was great. I thought the DDT on the ramp was spectacular. I agree the finish wasn't particularly great either, but I thought the match still was enjoyable. We got to see why... I'm going to say, I've said on another show on Friday night, because myself and Josiah were on this podcast on Friday night. It was Next Channel. I said the same thing there, and I'm saying it here. Tekla should break Hikaru Shida's single reign record. She must break that record. But Josiah, you first. What do you think?
I'm just glad that Jamie Hayter lost.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of us can agree on that situation.
Like I don't see what she offers the singles world title division anymore.
Nothing. Her tag team partner's better than her. She was never losing. It's setting her up for the most overrated women's wrestler next to Becky Lynch. What, Charlotte Flair? Because Charlotte Flair's more overrated. She deserves to break Shida's record. Someone has to break it, and there's no one better than Tekla. Like, we're in that realm of, like, she is far too good. She's far too good, and she's completely different to what they have. If you take that belt off her, I genuinely think people will riot. I genuinely
Rio's
think...
coming on now, so hopefully we get something going here.
Who?
Rio and Gamora.
All right, okay. Probably someone they've recruited out of the favelas and nobody knows. Penalty to Liverpool, says Abu.
Oh no! Salah's gonna miss it.
And over to televised attention.
Please put Soboslai on this penalty.
What the hell is going on with all these murders recently?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, McAllister actually did something useful.
These are actually how stupid is your manager? I'm being serious.
I've been saying this whole season. He's a moron.
You are playing the system I said you should have started playing at the start of the season. You are playing the diamond. You're still playing the
Yeah, but
diamond
he's
now.
doing it now when there's like a month to go.
No, you've been. Yeah, you should
Yeah,
have
but
done it. At the start of the season. I told my father-in-law, who's a Liverpool fan. You told what, Billy? Let's see. Still there. I'm just hoping Sporting get the job done tomorrow somehow.
Oh, please, yeah.
So it's still the 4-4-2 for Atletico, but they played Lookman as a left winger, and they're playing Simeone as a right winger. Llorente and
Oh, never
Koke,
mind. It's going to get overturned.
Griezmann and Alvarez up front. But they've only had one shot on goal.
Pen overturned.
Oh, fantastic.
Ooh.
Oh, happy days. Sorry, mate, I have to, you know.
But blooming VAR decision, what is actually correct?
But yeah, I like the diamond system. I think a lot more teams should use the diamond. It's too good. But I think for you guys, it's the right thing. The only thing I don't understand is why you are playing somebody who's not a number 10 as the attacking midfielder, and you were playing attacking midfielder as the right-sided box-to-box midfielder in the flat midfield. You were playing, actually, to be fair, two of them, Szoboszlai and Florian Wirtz were playing as the right centre mid and the left centre mids, and McAllister was playing as the number 10. Your manager's got the right midfield. He's playing it in the wrong order. What an absolute freaking donkey.
I just don't understand why he's doing this now when there's a month left of the season.
Fudge knows. I'm going to keep that beside me anyway so I can keep an eye on it anyway, but come on, Atletico. Come on, Atletico.
It's literally one of them where he literally has not seen. He's only probably just seen it now in blooming training, and he's literally just using him now.
Exactly, Abel. He's a box-to-box midfielder or anything. He's a really good holding player. That's not clear and obvious error at all. No, it should have been a penalty to Liverpool. Being really honest, it should have been. There's genuine concern with VAR right now, but hey, that's not what that's not what this show's all about.
Yep.
We move on. So, gents, your thoughts on
Hold on, I
Tekla
just need to go answer my buzzer.
Yeah, no worries. Josiah, what was your thoughts on Tekla versus Jamie Hayter?
Masterpiece.
Well, that's his view, but what's yours? Just Dan.
Brutal in the most positive manner.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Ending was a little bit weak, but who cares? It's literally what they showed. For what they showed throughout the match. Literally, that was the more better payoff than the finish itself. So,
and hopefully we don't see her again on show. Hopefully that'll be the end of it.
Yep. Bye. Go and maybe go and retire.
Tekla carried Hayter in this match, says Catherine. Absolutely, Tekla did carry her. Jamie Hayter is genuinely overrated. And I told people when she came back that she's not good, she's washed. And I got hounded in the chat. I want my apology now for being right again, as per usual. You know. WWE should bring in VAR for their awful decisions. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. They would still get it wrong. That's the funny thing. Oh, that would genuinely be a good laugh. We've had an average viewing on the landscape portion of their stream, 21 minutes and 40 seconds. But hey, they say we don't get the views. Just remember that we absolutely do, guys. Some people claim we don't, but we'll be speaking to one person after this show, so there's something. So you two stay on the StreamYard afterwards. Luckily, it won't be for you, Will. Right. Let's get back. We'll go back to the beginning-ish. So we've done Jericho. We've done the women's match. Who called McAfee having the world title on his show? No, you did, Catherine. Yep, you absolutely did. Spot on.
Did you have it there today as well?
No idea.
No,
So we've done Continental Championship. We've done Tekla versus Jamie Hayter, and we've done Jericho versus Ricochet. So, Josiah, your thoughts on Windsor versus Marina Shafir?
It was what I expected, but I'm tired of seeing Marina just lose all the time.
She should have got this win. Alex Windsor can take a loss. Oh, Catherine saying that he did.
Right. You see, Cody Rhodes, he's such a useless champion. He gets his belt stolen, and you just can't get it back.
He gets his belt stolen and appears on a podcast that will be bigger than his always. Like that's just humor.
Yeah.
And we didn't sell ours for 7-figure sum to somebody who's just an even bigger scumbag.
Yeah.
Shafir should have won. Windsor didn't need the win. Exactly, Abel. Exactly. Again, is what it is. And speaking of it is what it is, Dynasty's opening match. Me and Josiah were talking for the whole freaking match, right? Like, we were watching it, but we were talking the whole way through, and we were like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, me and Josiah were like, what are they going to fucking do it? Are they going to do it? What's going to happen? I've had a thought on how WWE can save this match. Cody turns heel. It's the only way. Cody turning heel doesn't even save Cody's career. Marina needs to get some wins, and she could be a credible threat to Tekla. Absolutely, Catherine. Absolutely. Marina could be a credible threat. As will be laying across. Oh, PSG have scored, says Abel.
Yeah, nice.
Dembele. What was that I said to you? What was that I said to you the other week? If this gets to 65, 66 minutes and it's still 0-0,
it's just done.
They'll finish you. And they've now finished you. Now I just hope it doesn't happen to me. I do not want to see Barcelona score a third goal. Because we can't let hatred win.
Good goal, to be fair.
But Dan, we'll come to you first. What was your thoughts on Okada and Takeshita versus the Bucks?
Pretty much as I expected it to be. I'd say decent overall, decent finish, and as expected, the Bucks to come out of this on top.
What did you think of the way they leaned into Takeshita bolting on him as well? I thought that was really well done, and I got it right. I said it would be Okada hits first.
Oh yeah, but I think it was literally one of them where it was between quite later, incredibly well done.
That lets you look at Shabosh Line more, Catherine, because he's got a mullet. You'll be able to see it. No, I wanted slot in. Abel says Young Bucks.
Anyway.
True. Abel says Young Bucks versus Takeshita and Okada was his match of the night. Xavier says amazing match leading to Takeshita versus Okada 2 down the road. You mean Takeshita Okada 1? Because they've not had like their own singles match yet. They were in a triple threat. Doesn't really count. What about you, Josiah? Because I know for a fact there's not a way you've got a little thing to say. I know you've got a lot to say.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
I thought that this match was just perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the drama, the interactions between Takeshita and Okada, and then of course all of the little scuffles that they had, and obviously the ending and what that's going to lead to. I think it was just done brilliantly.
Do you think that now means Takeshita versus Okada at Double or Nothing, or do you still think it'll
Yeah.
be stretched to August?
No, I think it will be Double or Nothing, but I think it will also continue by.
Continental Classic semi-finals was their first match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, so it was. Sorry, I forgot that Okada.
Yeah, he cheated.
Yes, sorry, my bad. Yes, he did. It'll definitely be. This one will definitely be a whole lot more wild, though. What the fuck? Okay, someone has tweeted Seth MacFarlane, right? You can do a match at Double or Nothing and maybe a rematch at All In. Mm-hmm. They should. I'm alright with that. Someone's tweeted Seth MacFarlane this afternoon, right? And they've said, "Hey, Seth MacFarlane, I just started season 2 of Ted and it's become my favourite." Without a full stop. Terrible grammar. It makes me sad without a comma. Hearing there won't be a season 3, so I'm here to tell you, at Seth MacFarlane, that if season 3 does not happen, I will beat the living fuck out of my son and cheat on my wife. TikTok Seth. Time's a ticking.
Who said that?
It's an account called Saving the Bees. And he's actually put, I'm not even kidding, he's actually put underneath as a second part to his tweet, sincerely, B. It's from 1:52 this afternoon. Go and look. It's absolutely brilliant. If season 3 does not happen, I will beat the living fuck out of my son and cheat on my wife. What the fuck?
Savage.
I'm not. I can't. I'm like. I'll go and look so everyone can see it, but it's just so funny. Oh, it's actually brought like laughing tears at my eyes, man. I just can't. It's too funny. Let me. You've got to be kidding. He did not say that.
Barcelona scored. Oh, no.
Red card for Barca.
Oh, wow. Well, that's done.
Ooh.
Please tell me it was Rashford.
I will tell you now. 80th minute. It's Eric Garcia.
Yeah. Oh.
But it looks like it's a straight red. The referee's actually gone to the monitor. So it says.
What? So what is it? Is it a red card because the ref's gone to the monitor, or has the ref sent him off, but he's going to the monitor?
No, the ref showed a yellow card. They sent him. So basically, what happens is Atletico want Garcia sent off. Llorente finds he found Sorloth, the substitute, in between the lines. He's been eased to the ground by the Barcelona defender. He's been sent off straight red. Sorloth was actually through on goal, so he's basically took one for the team. But doesn't really matter.
I don't understand. I don't understand when people do that. when you're already losing.
Yep. Osprey has filed trademark for United Empire.
Interesting.
Triple H admits WWE creative mistakes ahead of WrestleMania 42.
Oh, what
I wonder how New Japan are going to take that news.
They're going to rage.
Hmm.
They are going to rage. But apparently Cody Rhodes has named his top 5 WrestleMania wrestlers of all time. But I actually have a very interesting quote for everybody, and it's going to make you all laugh. So Triple Beak was in an interview with Joe Tessitore. And I'm going to cover up his face so you can see what he said. Look at this. Look at what he said.
I don't want to look at what he said. He's an idiot.
I'll tell you. The other thing about our business is, unlike a sport, and as bad as it is, if you lose your quarterback, if you lose your first string offensive lineman, if you lose your star center or star guard in the NBA, you have a second string guy to back him up, and you hope that those second string guys are pretty good. There is no backup Cody Rhodes. There is no backup Randy Orton. There is no backup Roman Reigns, and there is no backup CM Punk. Not gonna lie, this is absolutely funny. That is absolutely funny. What an absolute pleb.
Or maybe let him. Maybe let the backups actually breathe. Maybe work them for once. Maybe someone might actually show you that they think.
Yeah. Right. What was I? Oh yeah, I was looking for that tweet because it's funny. Which one of you are signed up to be a founding member of Club WWE? Definitely not me. Thank you very much.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the
I don't
new
know what
membership.
that is.
It's the new membership thing they've announced where you can get direct access to discounts and all that for prices, etc.
Shall we volunteer Billy for that one?
No, he's already a member
I
of
wouldn't
us.
even
He's
sign
just
him
not
up to
done
that
enough.
one.
Whose fault is it there? There's no backups. Triple H looking at you. Katherine, exactly. Spot on.
Maybe they should get Katherine on the creative team.
Katherine would be expecting to give us jobs as well. If she didn't, then we'd be having words. Because then we would absolutely make sure their creative stays shit, and then we get paid big money. Right, where's this tweet so I can show you guys because it's funny.
Yep. Fully agree with that, Carl. It's just literally you can. How can he sit there and say there's no backup plan when he keeps a thing? It just doesn't explore the option. Doesn't explore what others can potentially do. I'm sorry, you've kept the I'm sorry, you've kept the likes of Finn for the past few years now. You've kept the likes of Finn Balor stuck in a bloody faction which has just been absolutely dead to the world, and you're only finally now blooming breaking him out.
Dan.
To think.
Dan. Look.
Hang on. Got to the monitor. Sure, it's got to... Ooh.
Not gonna lie, I rate that.
And I said I started watching them. I think we started watching them last year.
Oh yeah,
and they were
it's really good.
Literally, sat there quite enjoying them. So quite looking forward to that.
I'm just trying to find that tweet so everyone can have a laugh. Where is it?
Everyone must have a laugh, don't they?
Yeah.
Fully agree with that, Catherine. But the problem is with WWE that they just get so hooked onto the idea of using their plan A's all the time. They absolutely neglect any sort of plan B's, C's, D's. I mean, I think the prime example. I mean, I think they're probably lucky for the likes of. They are lucky for the likes of
There you go.
with Liv Morgan. But if Liv Morgan was absolutely out of it, what backup plan did they have for WrestleMania for Stephanie?
Mm-hmm. There you go. There's the tweet. Not gonna lie, I absolutely find that is funny. Time's a ticking. It's just that one unhinged phrase. WWE can only push one person at a time. Yep, because they can't have the guts to do an AEW, and that's push multiple people at once. Oh boy.
Two one-dimensional.
Absolutely. Right. Where were we? Yes. Okay. The constant switching around, obviously, is something that me and Josiah kept on about the tag match. But one thing I will praise is the fact that they kept teasing who's going to get the bigger attack. And then Okada dropped him. Then Takeshita's like, there was a question of, it was when they were going for the Meltzer driver springboard. And I thought, well, the TK drivers is called now. I just thought it was funny how I thought, similar to the Full Gear 2021, they done a throwback to Omega versus Hangman, but this time Takeshita put his hand on an opponent, but I generally thought he was going to try the springboard. Like, I was like, is Takeshita going to do the Meltzer driver? It's not going to lie, if he did, that would have been funny. But again, I agree with Josiah, that match was perfect. A match that wasn't perfect, but again, it just depends on what happens on Wednesday. But Andrade versus Darby Allin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this in a nice way.
What was even the point in this match?
This match was boring, and then you immediately put the title match on Dynamite. I'm not saying it's not a random episode, but it's literally we're not getting.
It is a random episode, man.
You know what I mean? Like, it was almost like we were gonna get it like, straight away. I was like, why not let it be MJF versus Darby Allin, Double or Nothing? Why does it have to be immediately on Dynamite? Like, there's no need for it to be on Dynamite at all. Unless there's going to be a screwy finish and he gets a rematch, maybe. I don't know, but it makes no sense.
The only other thing I can think of is that they didn't feel where it was right to put the certain outcome with MJF. Well, the certain Kenny Omega.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to try and give that a little bit more room to build upon, and before ultimately putting him on it. So my thinking is they've obviously decided, okay, let's throw someone like Darby Allin in just to give it another fresh perspective, give him another opponent, give MJF another opponent to defeat, and then ultimately leading to maybe where MJF brutalizes Darby Allin to the point where Kenny Omega has to come out and bloody potentially save him, thus continuing MJF and Kenny Omega feud.
Yeah. Like, for main roster call-ups. 3 of those I have seen. JC Jane. Okay. because it's a special place to Derby. That's why they're doing it on Wednesday night on free TV.
So who's going to lose there? So he's going to lose there, and MJF's going to make all his fans cry.
Yeah, he's well going to lose. I disagree with the carry part, Abel. See, fair debate. I actually think Andrade did carry Darby, to be honest. I think he did. Can we all agree that the next match should be a skip?
Which one's that? No, because we need to dismantle both teams.
Let's do it then. Ugh, can't believe we're having to
Horrible
go through
performance from both. I wish they could have both lost it.
Can we safely say this is the worst tag team title match in AEW history?
It's up there at least.
No, because the Acclaimed had title matches.
One-off matches then. The Acclaimed are a foregone conclusion, but I mean, like, a big match feel. The Acclaimed were never a big match feel.
Okay.
All right, in terms of
Then,
like
yeah, I think so.
expectations, it should have been better.
It was just literally a snow. It was literally a snowfest in the end. I was just like, no.
Yeah.
There's only one good bit of this match, and it's the sequence when they does the flip into the shatter machine. You know the sequence towards the end when he does the shatter machine when he catches them in midair.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that was good. The rest of the match was useless, and I feel bad for Christian Cage.
You got to, because it's literally like you've been building this up. He's literally been at one of his best.
Josiah.
I don't care. I don't care. We've already lost. It doesn't make a difference.
You must still be informed of your soul. There's no pain. No pain.
You're also saying it's like I can't see the screen.
I know. There is, I think, a minute left in Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona, and it looks like Atletico are going through. It's hard when both teams were gassed 1 minute into it. That is true. They were gassed quick. We're in motions, but it's not even just how bad the match is and how fat the both teams were gassed. This match went way too long. Like, this match was way longer than it should have been.
Timing needed to be better with it.
Yeah. It might sound funny for how long this match was, and I'm going to tell everybody how long it was. This match went 21 minutes and 10 seconds. It was 5 seconds longer than the Gauntlet match. For context, the Bucks versus Okada and Takeshita was 19 minutes 55 seconds. Although there's actually one match we forgot to discuss, folks. It could have been cut out. It could have cut out. Exactly. You could have gave that 8 minutes
Which match
to
was that we forgot to talk about?
Camille.
Next.
Yeah.
She
What
literally
an
doesn't
absolute-
mean anything. She literally.
It's a bizarre return. Like,
A
why
return
now?
that nobody asked for or nobody even was interested in.
Yeah. What's up, Larbark? How are you doing? He's just got home from work. Fantastic.
Hope you
Thank
had a good
you,
day at work.
Thank you, Atletico, for Terror Ball. Please win the Champions League. Right. But yeah. Cope and Cage really... Well, actually, to be fair, it's Cope and FTR because Christian Cage didn't put a foot wrong in this. Katherine says she's got a theory on Camille.
What? She's an NPC. What?
Ouch. She had so much
Although
potential.
to be fair, we've never seen Catherine and Camille in the same place.
We have a combined 157 views tonight, gents.
Mm.
We're
Can only say,
four short of 100 on the short, and we're on 61 on the horizontal. Like, we've done really well.
I can only say thank you to all those who have tuned in. Thank you to all those who have joined in the chat. You've been absolutely fabulous so far. But keep it up.
Damn you, Catherine. We'll have to watch Lipsticks and Lariats. How dare you?
Oh,
Speaking
no.
of that, Lipsticks and Lariats is
Although
back
definitely watch
on...
that show.
I'm still annoyed Jay White hasn't returned. Don't remind us, Abil. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Lipsticks and Lariats is on. It's on Thursday this week, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be a fantastic show. And you guys can find that here on the Weekly Steelchair. Aminata is going back to Japan for a month excursion. Ugh. She's boring. She's bloody boring. Thanks, Carl. Yes, on Thursday due to WrestleMania weekend. Yep. Absolutely.
But just remember, nobody watches this show. No?
What show?
This one.
Oh, yeah, apparently. Reece, will you be doing a Mania watch along? I won't, but I'm happy to let people do a Mania watch along on the channel. I'm happy with that being done.
And even if no one wants to do like a watch along through live stream on the channel, what we could do is do like a watch along party in the voice chat on the Discord if anyone wants to join on that as well.
I could set up a show and then just someone hosts it throughout, and then they can do the watch along if they want. I could do the Saturday show, but not the Sunday, just because of work. What's next? Oh yes, we've done the Continental Championship. Now it's the women's tag team titles. What did you think of that?
I just found it hilarious.
You just found it hilarious.
The fact that you had these two people that most people have never heard of, and they had a competitive match with the so-called domineering champions with this.
Mm-hmm. I think we definitely got to see.
But other than that, it was what it the match was what it needed to be for a pre-show match.
Yeah, it was just to get the buy rates, but it was a good fun watch. What wasn't a fun watch was this: Jack Perry versus Mark Davis. I'm not gonna lie, that match I did not like at all.
The only thing we could probably say about that match, it was just very predictable.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm overall not when I saw who it was, I was like, whatever. I want to see them actually go and take this title international. Like, go elsewhere and defend it. I'm getting sick of the same boring opponents.
Well, I mean, yeah, but can much be done there?
Yeah. What do you think of this one, Josiah?
Well, as you can see, I'm the only one that got it right, so
Cocky bugger.
exactly what I thought. A shame that Gabe got injured, but yeah, it happens.
Mm-hmm. Jack Perry was a bit disappointed, as I expected the match to be better than I thought it would be. Very good point, Abel. We've already done the women. Dan, I'll let you do the gauntlet.
The gauntlet, I'd say, it was what it was. It was all right, and I think ultimately, the only thing, I think the one real positive thing I could say about it is that
It was a young winner.
that it was someone who we wasn't all expecting to win it, and that can only be a little bit of a positive outcome from it.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the dynamic of Kevin Knight winning while Mike Bailey was in submission hold.
Yeah, he proper snuck in and stole it. It was like so clever.
It's the one thing, definitely the one thing I'd have to say is that literally you don't see often nowadays. You don't see often nowadays that when people in wrestling that people just come in, sneak it out the blue. You don't see it that much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So to see that happen, it's just like it does get your blood pumping.
Yeah. I was hoping that we would get some returns, but we didn't get what I wanted, so oh well. And even though he didn't win the gauntlet, he at least won the trios title, so I'm happy for Kyle O'Reilly. So I'm glad for him. And Maria's question from earlier on, I started for this moment, was Kevin Knight winning the right decision? I actually think it is. Keep it on a younger talent. It feels more appropriate.
I thought, they need to go back to what the TNT title was built for, which is to showcase the younger talent more on TV.
No, Catherine. We are now up to... We gained 15 views there really quick. We're up to 97, 72, 169 views. Catherine, do not get wild. It was definitely the right call. I'm just annoyed there was no surprise returns. But what was not surprising was this main event. Genuinely, I'm going to remove this because we don't need this anymore. That was, for me, it's almost like it's a nice way to say it. That match has completely set the bar for what could potentially be match of the year. Dynasty 2025 to 2026 is the evolution of Kevin Knight. That is true. That is very true. But I'm just really buzzed by this main event. It was just under 40 minutes long, 39 minutes, and the sheer quality of what we got was needed. It's replaced my men's match of the year. For me, that was Takeshita. It was Okada versus Tanahashi in his retirement match. And my women's match of the year so far is still Riho versus Moff Martino. But what did you overall think? Catherine says she was not impressed with the main event. I loved the one-winged angel kick out.
Catherine,
It's hard to-
Catherine is only upset because Kenny lost.
She had Omega to lose.
Yeah, but she obviously wouldn't have wanted him to lose.
I'm glad, even though I wanted Kenny to win it, I'm still glad that I went with MJ.
Mm-hmm. Although, to be fair, it wouldn't have made any difference if he didn't win.
True.
But ultimately, I think with obviously the outcome of this, I think what they potentially might be going for is that they want a really big, even more explosive finale between MJF and Kenny Omega. So especially with Kenny Omega only just coming back so soon as well, I think maybe that was probably. I think that's probably the reason why they went with it, just to be a little bit down the they went down the MJF route, just to obviously on the side of precaution, just to let Kenny Omega get more back into it and ultimately end up leading into one big finale between them both.
I think that's fair. For me, like, the reason why I thought Omega should have won is because, like, there's so much you can do with him now fully fit that he can have him be the champion and MJF can still get it back anyway at another time. It's not a big deal. But Catherine's just hiding from us. But I think having a fully fit Kenny at least lose to MJF now cements MJF as the greatest AEW World Champion regardless. What do you do with Omega now? I don't know. My whole hope was Omega wins. We get babyface Omega heel Ospreay for the world title at All In, but now I don't know.
I think the best thing, I think the best thing that we can do is just hope that the moment the plan is, as I just said that the whole plan with Omega is to give him that explosive finale with MJF, continue it, but they're just giving that little bit of a room to breathe. And yet, I do agree, Maria. Do not put the title on Darby Allin. I don't think anyone noticed that it's the best place for him. Not yet, at least. Plus as well, I don't think it will happen simply because I think it's just going to be more. It's going to be just more like a match where MJF dominates in.
Here's the thing: Maria says MJF shouldn't have short title reigns. There's nothing wrong with MJF having a short title reign, though. He could still have a short reign and then immediately win it back and go back on another decent reign. Like, he is the Ric Flair of AEW. When you think about how his title reigns will actually flow out. And I agree with Abu.
What if we get Kenny Omega versus John Moxley? Just a thought, considering John Moxley also is now directionless.
It's not a bad idea, but how are you going to value it? Like, how are you
the
going
title?
Is this Mox beat him? I agree. Get Okada in that title run after he's done with the kick, though. I think Okada should be in the main event.
I would have Kenny beat Mox for the title.
And then what happens to Mox?
Death Riders. We still have loose ends to tie up.
I'm eager to see if they go for it.
Well, they're going to have to at some point.
Yeah, Xavier says Kenny trying to pull through with Ribbon's stomach struggles. MJF hot run with heel work and build that Omega? Are you still that one-winged angel? And even though it builds, you don't have that much time. Well, Kota Ibushi is now finally running, jumping, and jogging again, especially climbing stairs. Who knows what happens with Kota Ibushi? If he feuds with all of them for a while, it'll be interesting. If he gets kicked out and feuds with all of them, like the final one he has to face has got to be Claudio. Claudio's got to be the last one.
Marina.
He's not going to wrestle Marina.
Might.
They
do
it.
intergender matches in AEW.
They won't do it. Ibushi is class, absolutely, I will. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I just don't think they're going to do it. It'll be funny if she keeps bringing in like hand-picked opponents for him, just constantly winding him up. Like Moxley's got to do like a Death Rider's gauntlet or something.
That would be funny.
Mm-hmm. I do want Mox versus Claudio in a massive blow-off match, though.
Maybe potentially like a hardcore match or something.
Swerve is doing promotional stuff for Warner Brothers Discovery. That's why he's not been on TV, and that's why he wasn't on Dynasty.
Do you reckon Swerve shows up on this Dynamite?
Arsenal versus Athletic will get to the final. No, because it's Arsenal are not
If
going
Arsenal
to
get to the final,
they won't get to the final. Bayern will abuse them if Bayern make it. Do you think Marina's improving? Marina's already good.
I mean that's just Champions League heritage.
Yeah. Marina is actually good. The problem is she didn't get the win. She should have beat Alex Windsor at Dynasty. If she keeps losing matches, even when she's actually good, it's going to get even more difficult for her. She's actually good to watch. It's just stupid she keeps losing matches. And I feel for her in that sense, but yeah. Imagine Kane scores the winner against him in the final. He would. Michael Elise would get the assist. It would be a London.
Spurs will celebrate. Spurs will celebrate that like they won the trophy.
Oh yeah, of course they would. They are
When
absolute
they're
freakazoids.
relegated.
Windsor
When they're
winning was
relegated,
stupid.
which make it
Yep.
even funnier.
Exactly, Billy. She didn't need to win. She can lose now and again. Alex Windsor's cemented. Windsor needs a Marina Shafir needs a win because she's building herself. Like, she needs to prove herself. That's why she needs a win. But yeah, gents, we've been live 2 hours 33 minutes, and it has been absolutely fantastic. What is your closing comments on this event and the other event, and also Marina and WWE? No, thank you. No, thank you. And also, I won't be seeing you, Josiah, until Friday. But obviously, Dan, you can be here again now and again. But we are back, obviously, tomorrow for Chester versus Xavier. But, gents, your closing comments for the evening. And thank you, of course, Dan, for stepping on tonight, too.
My first... I have a few closing thoughts, actually. But firstly would be to thank everybody for the understanding and support over the last few days. It's definitely not been simple for us all, but it's appreciated that you stuck around and that you've all been so kind, and just to keep that positivity going.
Absolutely. Marina and TN8, no. Just keep her in AEW because that's where she belongs. And let her do a run in Stardom. Nobody's going to... Exactly. It was an okay event for me, but they didn't make me go, oh, they're blown out the water. That's fair, Billy. That is completely fair. Dan, yourself, any closing comments?
For me, as said, appreciate every single one of you who came in today, fully understanding what we've had to tell you today. Thank you very much for that understanding and the support what you've given us. We absolutely appreciate every single one of you who come in to who come in, support, give your time and effort, and literally just give not only we hopefully we give you a very good show, but you also give us a very good show as well. As I always keep saying it, and as I put in the outro, that you are the weekly Steelchair. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So keep it going, keep supporting, and we'll do our best to get the best content out to you as possible.
Thanking you.
That's
Well
what it's
done.
all about.
But remember, according to someone, nobody watches. But tonight we have hit 178 combined views. But yeah, someone tries to claim that we don't watch or nobody watches. Well, here's the thing: if nobody watches, then explain this. We are a strong community doing our thing, and you don't have to like us, but you have to at least understand us and respect us. End of. We don't disrespect. We just banter. Soft hearts, strong tongues. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I hope you liked the intro. The championship will be decided tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday, and we will see you later. Just Freak guys. Signing off, guys. See you later.